Hey guys, welcome back to Passion Fruit. I just finished reading chapter 999 of One Piece, and oh my god, Goda. I don't even know where to start with this chapter. It's just a banger. That's simply how I could put it. But I've been hearing a lot of people disappointed about the character arc of Whitebeard and how it's being kind of thrown in the mud. I had to say, I just disagree. I feel like Whitebeard has been portrayed as a protective father. That's why he calls his crewmates sons, and why his sons call him father. It's just how their dynamic really works. I don't think people realize how much of a struggle Marineford was for Whitebeard and what a sacrifice he made. Whitebeard sacrificed many of his sons just to get back one, which is kind of crazy if you really think about it in a parent's perspective. Sacrificing more of your children just to save one isn't something you would normally do. And people forget that Whitebeard really loved his crew, and it was his family. He never had it growing up, and this was his family. So when people say that Whitebeard didn't do these things, which just seems out of character, I just disagree. I feel like it is his character. It's not get revenge and lose more of his family just kind of getting revenge. It's not like Oden would be brought back if he went to Wano and fought Kaido and had all these casualties and lost so much more of his family than he already had. I know it seems a little weird. I mean, it's the man who doesn't have any wounds on his back, but still, I feel like he chooses his battles, and that's why there's no wounds on his back. I feel like that's what it symbolizes. He chooses when to fight, and those fights, then the fights he'll never run away from once he finally chooses to be in that fight. I feel like that's what it symbolizes more than him never turning down a fight. Also, guys, why did Whitebeard not go to Wano? Well, Whitebeard knows what the One Piece is. At least it was portrayed for him to know, since he does say it's real. And I think there is the scene where Roger tells him in that cherry blossom little island thing while they're drinking sake. Oden says there's something off. There's something that isn't ready. Like the time isn't here. Roger and Oden all say that. So maybe the reason why Whitebeard doesn't go to Wano is because he doesn't want to disrupt whatever's going on, what the destiny is, what fate has in store for him is just to wait it out. And he knows that he can't do anything about it, or the world might be thrown to chaos. His only hope is just to wait it out, just like Oden and just like Roger. But Oden and Roger unfortunately died, and Whitebeard soon followed a lot of time after, but he still followed. He couldn't do anything about it. I feel like that's what is going to be said. Like, it's eating away at him that he can't go to Wano, but maybe the reason is because it's not the time. That's why Luffy is there now. It is officially the time, as people have been pointing out throughout this whole arc, throughout this whole series. It's finally the new dawn. The bell has been rung. Anyways, great part of the chapter. I thought it was very interesting to learn and see all the old characters like Blackbeard and Marco, and seeing all those characters interact on the pirate ship is always a plus. The Ace part in the beginning was exactly what I thought was going to happen. I thought, I was praying at least, that the flashback that was alluded to at the end of 998 was not going to be the whole entire chapter. It was just going to be a part of it, not like half of it, but just a little part at the beginning. And that's exactly what happened, which I loved. It was great. It is exactly what we needed. And I thought we would have gotten some more character development for Kaido, because Ace was going to fight Kaido, but Kaido was gone, which is a very, very smart, sneaky way of avoiding that situation. And I very much so enjoyed that, because I think it's alluding to something like, where did all of Kaido crew, all of Kaido's crew, went somewhere. Where would he need to go with all of his crew? For an expedition? I don't know. Maybe the official translation will give us more of a reason, a better word of what his crew went out and sought out to do. Ace gushing over Luffy is exactly how a fanboy of the series would. Like, it's amazing, and how annoying he was about it is just great. It's exactly, it kind of reminds me of kind of like how Shanks did that earlier on in the series, like with like the ponded poster all up and like, oh, ha ha ha. Kind of reminded me of that vibe, and I very much so enjoyed that, because I think Ace and Shanks has a lot of similarities that I enjoy, but there's also significant differences, said by Ben Beckman. If you know, you know. Tama finding out that Luffy was Ace's brother was also something I completely forgot about, and makes me remember I need to reread Wano, or rewatch it on the anime because I haven't done that yet. I haven't seen like bits and pieces of the anime, and I should just rewatch it all so I could jog my memory about how this arc is going. And it's been a very long time without me realizing. It feels like it hasn't been as long as it has, because it's just been so good. But time is flying by, and a lot of chapters have gone by, and a lot of scenes and a lot of moments, a lot of acts have gone by, and I should re-evaluate it all and rewatch it and reread it so I can get a better view of all these things that I've missed. You know, maybe things that have been foreshadowed, and yeah. All right. The ending. The fish man. Kaido, I feel like he's a man that is just very mysterious, and I honestly feel like he has all these connections with all these prior people, and it's all culminating into this flashback that I need to see, like, as soon as possible. I need to know this man's history, this man's life. Like, what brought him to this point of dropping a whole entire fucking island on a city and planning on crushing them, basically. Like, what has brought this man to this point of doing such a thing? Kaido's goals, it's crazy. Like, he wants to acquire the One Piece, and he also wants to die, and he's driven to do both in such a way that it's kind of like, why would he really want to die if he really has this big goal of getting the One Piece, or did he try so much that on killing himself that it failed so badly that he decided to change his goals to find the One Piece, but then he also has a goal to destroy the world? It's just kind of like, what's driving him? There's so many things that could be driving him, but it's really weird. I need to know his history. I need to know the mind of Kaido as soon as possible. The fish man, model unknown, crazy. Land, sea, and air, bet on Kaido. I always thought like how weird the sea part was, and I was like, I guess like the man has a crew and on a pirate ship, so I mean that's what sea means. But then Oda hits us with the fish fruit. Goda. I literally was like, I always thought it was so weird that sea part was on that like little phrase that everyone talks about over and over again, and it's just crazy that Oda would just hit us with that. It's just spectacular, really. In the end of the day, I just need to know what model this is, and I think we're getting it next chapter. I mean, it's chapter 1,000, guys. 1,000. So like, something crazy must happen, and I think it's gonna be in a similar structure as this chapter, to be honest, with the beginning's a flashback and the end isn't. Like, the beginning's gonna be a little bit of a teaser of Kaido's flashback, I feel like, and at the end it's gonna be Luffy and Zoro getting to the top of the tower and facing Big Mom and Kaido, unless if Big Mom and Kaido are already fighting each other, which would be exactly what I want. I want them to be fighting each other as soon as Luffy gets there, and it'll be kind of like a comedic scene of like Luffy going like, huh? What's going on? And then Oda comedy must follow with a different emotion, and that emotion will move on to Luffy seeing the samurai and the condition that they're in. And Zoro's getting to that top of the tower. I don't give a shit about Queen and King. Somehow he's getting to the top of that tower, and Marco staying behind. in facing one of the two. I mean, I knew that king was gonna roll up. Surprised that queen decided to roll up too. I thought he was gonna stay down there, or at least leave king to deal with it. But they both rocked up on Marco, which is crazy. Like how much they want to prevent Zoro from getting to that top. It's insane. But yeah, it's very interesting. Anyways, I feel like the queen is just such a weird character, and I feel like Queen is the first to go down. To be honest, I don't know who or where. I think Queen is definitely the first person to go out of the I guess Jack is out. Yeah, I forgot Jack's existence, but Queen, I feel like it's time for him to go. I feel like his character has gotten the most development. He's been given the most time on screen. I think it's winding down for his time to come. He's definitely the first to go, and yeah, I'm very intrigued to who's gonna face Queen, but I think it's alluding to Queen being the first to go. I feel like that's what his character's kind of building up to be. Those are my thoughts on the chapter. I mean, I'm waiting on the official translation to know if it really is gonna just be plain mythical fish fruit. I mean, I want to know the model so badly. I want to know what Oda's getting this from. Like, people are saying like he's the koi thing that turns into the dragon, but like we still don't know. Like, it could be like anything, literally anything. It could be Kaido could be a mermaid for all we know, which would be wild and pretty funny if Kaido just ends up being a mermaid, but I doubt it. But I don't think it's that koi thing that people keep talking about. I really don't. I mean, it could be, and I wouldn't complain, but I think there's something else going on there, and I have to say I'm very intrigued, and I can't wait for chapter 1000 coming out very soon. It's gonna be great. I love it. Oda forever. And like and subscribe if you like the video. Peace, guys.